Welcome to week 2 of Advanced JavaScript. In this video I want to cover kind of the expectations of what week 2 will entail. So week 2 is really focused on a couple of different things. The first being inline event handling. Okay, inline event handling, I'm talking about attaching events directly to controls that are inside of your HTML page. So that could be an on-click event for a button, an on-change event for a drop-down list or radio buttons, on blur, so as I'm leaving a text field. Inline event handling is going to cover all of those cases of event handling. Secondarily, we get into modern JavaScript functions, and modern JavaScript functions are not different than regular JavaScript functions, but it does allow us to use what the term people will use is syntactic sugar. It makes the syntax of JavaScript functions a little bit easier to read and a little more condensed. So that's kind of the thought process of modern JavaScript functions. And then lastly, the last topic is searching the DOM. And searching the DOM, what I'm really talking about there is instead of using document.getElementById to retrieve elements on our HTML page, we're now going to use document.querySelector and document.querySelectorAll to search the HTML DOM for controls that we want to reference in our JavaScript. So for instance, the querySelector and querySelectorAll methods will allow us to use CSS syntax to search for HTML elements. So we might say we want all of the checkboxes, so I could write a CSS selector to select all of those checkboxes. Or I might want all of a certain group of buttons. I could write a CSS selector for that. Okay, so that's what searching the DOM is covering. So you have three different reading items. Under Watch, there's some quick video tutorials that are posted out on YouTube for inline event handling, modern functions, and then searching the DOM. And then as far as homework goes for week 2, under Do, you're going to have a new lab that covers variables. So how do I create variables? So how do I create a let variable? How do I create a constant? Things like that. And then you're also going to have the week 2 check-in. Okay, so those are the 2 assignments that you'll see. Additionally, I will post the first project inside of Blackboard this weekend. So you'll be able to look ahead at that first project. The first project's not due until February 25th. So you have some time before that's due, but I always find it useful so that you can kind of look ahead to see what's going to be required of you. So that project will be posted inside of Blackboard if you want to take a look ahead. Okay, so the only homework you have is Lab 2 and the check-in for week 2, but that's it for week 2. One other thought, one final thought. Your grades are in Blackboard for the first lab and the first check-in. Okay, so you should see a My Grade section. What I'm encouraging you to do is just to check My Grades to make sure that what I have in the Grade Center matches your expectation. So if you completed the lab, you should have gotten credit for the lab. If you've completed the check-in, you should have gotten credit for the check-in. Please verify that that is the case. So just kind of once in a while check the grade book to make sure that what you expect to be in there matches what is actually in there. Okay?